when you think about what a sustainability director would be should be doing. So it's part like setting the vision for helping the campus become more sustainable in all of our operations, but it's beyond that. So, for example, we also need to be connecting the dots within academics. So making sure that my ultimate goal is that everyone on campus has some literacy around sustainability issues, programs, but really trying to get them to see the benefits of what we were doing. And then the next step is, okay, we know we need to stop using fossil fuels. So how do we get all of the campus, from the people who allocate the money to the people that actually would do the work and plan it, all of these operations, how do we get our campus to a point of being able to achieve carbon neutrality? At least commit to something, some date, because we don't have that, and then trying to accelerate that are permanent to do that. So, because that's the last thing we ever want to do is have to lay somebody off. And so I can look around to my boss's support and President Cruzado's in helping create positions throughout campus to help me do all these things. The biggest challenge is that it's always been sort of decentralized. So people get really, and I'm guilty of this too, like you get really focused on what you're working on, and then every once in a while you'll pop up and be like, oh, maybe I should go talk to somebody else and see if there's any like way to kind of like partner. Everywhere you go, we almost have the opposite problem of 10 years ago, which is that there's so much information. How do you keep people motivated to act instead of depressed, which we all know can happen too. The sustainability depression can hit hard sometimes. There are so many parallels between that I've seen, both with the disinformation and the people that are, I mean, it's been shocking to me the way people will just not acknowledge science. Like, and so in a way, and this sounds terrible, but in a way it was almost slightly gratifying isn't the right word, but it was like, oh, okay, like this is maybe just unique to our human condition and not specific necessarily to climate change. And so I was actually really astonished, actually, and optimistic about when the mask mandates came out, how quickly people started to observe that. And so it really gave me a lot of hope for if we can get some action at the federal level, that would then force some states to pay attention, because right now, you know, some states have really aggressive rules and laws about this, and other states don't. And so I have a lot of hope for what we could do with the policy sector. I think we've maybe taken the wrong tack over the years about pushing the stress on the individual, because the reality is it's like the same 75 companies are responsible for 90% of the emissions. And so instead of trying to get 350 million Americans to agree on one thing, which we know now is sort of impossible, like we need to get those 75 companies to change or to be put out of business somehow.
Hey guys, so I'm going to share a couple of my thoughts on leadership before I really get going on the nitty-gritty of my presentation. Just a little outline. So here we go. So I was thinking a lot about leadership coming into this, and one of the key attributes that I thought was important for leadership is consistency. You can't promote change or create change without being consistent yourself, and so you can't also be a leader in that without being consistent. So, for example, you can go to the gym every day for 4 days, but you won't really see any change. But once you go, or continue going, then you will eventually see those results, whether it's in a week, a month, or a year, something like that. So what does this mean applicably? This means we need to be using the communication tools we have access to be getting the word out there. So we're all on social media, so Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We can be using these platforms to be reaching many people with our message. And so, yeah, this is a really important way to be getting a message out there because you do have access to so many people in so many places. However, they won't be convinced unless we're actually living that out. So you have to jump in on the work. Be a part of it. Partner with peers, partner with professors, climate professionals, I don't know, and be talking to these people, but you have to actually be doing something in order to be convincing. Otherwise, no one wants to make a change in their life unless they see you actually making a change in your life as well. So one really easy way to be doing that actually is with Rosie Viota, the president of SNOW, the Sustainability Now. She and Kristin Blackler are going to be partnering to basically start a sustainability summit. So I don't know if you guys went to I think it's the Leadership Summit in the spring, but Rosie and Kristin, they're going to start a sustainability summit. So it's basically going to get everyone all in one room, all talking about the same issue and inspiring each other and feeding off each other's energy, mixing all the juices and creating all the good ideas. So yeah, I hope you guys can come to that and can help support them in that work.